Now, this is Henry, the police PPRO of Imo State Command. And he's here, coming to do PR, trying to defend Tiger Base Owerri. But you can see from his demeanor that he's lying. You can see. If Tiger Base Owerri officers arrest you, this PRO that you are seeing here trying to lie for them cannot release you. The Commissioner of Police, Imo State Commissioner of Police, cannot release you. The court cannot release you. They don't obey the Commissioner of Police. They don't obey the court order. They beat up lawyers. They beat up traditional rulers. There's nobody that they don't beat up. Tiger Base Owerri, as of today, has become the worst police station in the whole of Africa. The worst. Tiger Base Owerri. Nobody goes to Tiger Base Owerri and come back healthy. Most of people who are arrested and detained at Tiger Base Owerri, when they come back home, most of them, their organs fail them. If you think I'm lying, go to Imo State. Go take a look at all the people that have been detained by Tiger Base. The ones that are still alive, the ones that are still alive. Because it will take a miracle for you to visit Tiger Base and for you not to die in detention or fall sick after release. When they torture you at Tiger Base, they torture you with, what would I call it? They torture you with wickedness. To the extent that they target your body system to make it fail. Tiger Base, Imo State. It is not an anti-kidnapping unit. It is a crime scene. Tiger Base, Imo State. Before, it used to be SARS or COSO. But let me tell you, what is happening at Tiger Base Owerri, Imo State, is worse than what happened at SARS or COSO. At least SARS or COSO, the Commissioner of Police could get them to release you. But Tiger Base, the Commissioner of Police cannot release you. They will tell you face to face that the Commissioner cannot release you. Nothing will happen. The man in charge called Ola. You see what happens in Tiger Base. Let me just play one of the story. Let me fast forward this. Anyway, I don't have time to play. Let me explain. This is a 14-year-old girl. They came into her house, said they are looking for her parents. Beat her up, arrested her, took her. Somebody came to release her. They beat up the person and locked up the person. When they eventually released her, they took this same girl to the hospital. She was treated because adults, grown men, beat up a 14-year-old girl, was slapping her, hitting her with wood. The mission of officers at Tiger Base, the mission is to steal, to destroy, and to unalive. That is how you hear names like Kill and Dry. When you hear the atrocity that is coming from Tiger Base, you will think it is kidnappers then. But no, it is supposed to be a police station, a police tactical unit. Tiger Base. They are known for extortion. They have been accused of organ harvest. They have been accused of human rights abuses. They have been accused of disobeying court order. Court order. They disobey it. If you think I'm lying, visit that place. If you visit Tiger Base, you will agree that there's no amount of accusation that is leveled against Tiger Base that they can escape. If you have ever experienced Tiger Base. They are law unto themselves. So it is shocking for the police PRO to come out and try to defend them. If you have a case with them, go to this PPRO that is talking. Henry, there's nothing he can do for you. Even the commissioner will give an order. They will not obey it. This Ola of a man. They say that it's the governor that gives them power. And we are wondering, what is it that they do for the governor? For them to enjoy this cover that allows them to disobey the commissioner of police. What is it? Every officer of Tiger Base should be on the watch of the international organization. The investigation about Tiger Base cannot be started with Hope Uzodinma. It cannot. That investigation has to come with the next governor. With every officers that are involved in that station. All their names listed and made to face the law. To face the law, if you meet their officers, they smoke indiscipline, intimidation, exploitation. And they do it in the open. That is the most shocking thing. If you are in Imo State, let me advise you, because our politicians are not ready to do anything. Whatever you do, if you end up at Tiger Base, let me tell you something. 90% chances your organs will fail. Because they will torture you like an animal. They will torture you like an animal. They derive joy in torturing people. They derive joy in torturing people. And they will boldly ask you for money, threatening to unalive you. Tiger Base is the worst police station in the whole of Africa. The official language there is crime. Trying to open 1 or 2 cases about Tiger Base is a waste of time. Because the evil that goes on in Tiger Base, it is shameful. It is shocking. Tiger Base is an enemy of Imo State, if you don't know. Take it from me. And guess what? Most of the people that they terrorize and do all those things, when somebody wants to draw debt, he will go to Tiger Base. Civil cases, they go and pull Tiger Base for you. Then when they run out of people to exploit and torture, they move into the street. If you are going on the street, the officer pick you up. I don't follow, or whatever you do, you end up in their cell. Before you know it, they start torturing you. They threaten. That's when you start to hear kill and dry. Tiger Base. It is a den of impunity. See, no officer, any officer that is working at Tiger Base, trust me, it is hard to prove that that officer is not high on something, is not taking substance. Because you have to take some substance to withstand the impunity that is going on at Tiger Base in the state. I find it hard to believe that a normal human being that does not take substance can withstand what is happening at Tiger Base. I find it hard. That's why when Henry, the PPR, I'm laughing at him. He's either intentionally trying to cover them, or he's foolish. But I don't think he's foolish, because I've dealt with him. I've had an issue where I called him, he intervened. The Deputy Commissioner of Police intervened, and it was resolved. But when you have issue with Tiger Base, forget it. You are wasting your time. Henry, no, he knows. The PRO, he knows he cannot do anything. They will not respect him. They will not obey him. They will not obey the commissioner. How much more the PRO? They will not. That is the situation of Tiger Base. Many parents have been lost their family ones, their loved ones, the life of their loved ones in the hands of Tiger Base. The list is endless. If you go and check the list, it's over 20 people. Some of the people who, after being arrested, they came out of Tiger Base and became sick, and their organ fails, and they died. Because they torture you like an animal. Tiger Base. We are not ready for that's why I don't waste my time, because we are not ready for Tiger Base investigation. It will not be done under Hope Uzodinma. No. Because I don't know, for one reason or other, the governor condones them. Hope Uzodinma he can be many things, but I've never known him to be somebody that will condone such acts. So except if there's something they are doing for him to enjoy such cover, I wouldn't know. Because if they don't obey the commissioner of police, that means they obey the governor. They are under the protection of the government. I don't know. We are waiting for the government to explain. But the people of Imo State know what goes on at Tiger Base. You don't even need to preach it. There are stories everywhere. The records, the evidence are everywhere in Imo State. See, it's better for armed robbers to catch you than Tiger Base officers. Armed robbers, if they catch you, they will take your belongings. At least you know what they want. But if Tiger Base catch you, the way they deal with you, it will assume they are on a mission. On a mission to punish the people of Imo State. Crime. For simple reason, somebody will they'll come and pick you up. A station that has been turned to debt collectors. So let's not waste our time. This thing that Henry is doing, I'm really disappointed. Allow them to face the consequences of what they have been doing in Imo State. Allow them to face it. You cannot help them. You have not been able to help those who they lock up. And despite the orders of the Commissioner of Police, they refuse these orders and collect money from you. And the money is that these people collect, outrageous amount of money. The boldness with which they operate leaves a lot to the imagination. So whatever you do, make sure you don't fall into the hands of Tiger Base officers, especially if you are not strong, because after you visit that place, your health will fail you.
State and the Federal Republic of Nigeria at large to disregard the misleading information against anti-kidnapping units. We are ever committed to discharging our duties while respecting the fundamental human rights of citizens. Of course, the CP has directed that a human rights desk office should be immediately established at the anti-kidnapping units. Besides this human rights desk office, we have other internal disciplinary mechanism and accountability departments. We have the complaint response units. We have the IGP escort and the provost departments. So please, to the good people of our dear country, particularly Imolites, if you have any complaints of professional misconduct, high-handedness, over-detention of suspects, and maybe extrajudicial killing, like it is on social media. If you have any of these complaints, please report to the complaint response unit and the remaining accountability units which I have mentioned. We are going to investigate that matter thoroughly, and if any of our officer is found culpable, definitely that officer is going to be sanctioned in accordance with the excellent law of the Nigerian police force and is going to be prosecuted in line with our criminal law. The complaint response unit desk line for Imo State Command is 081 4802 4755. I will take that again, 081 4802 4755. And then most importantly, we have a commissioner of police that embrace open door policy. Imolites are free to go to the office of the commissioner of police and see him whenever they have any genuine complaints against police in anti-kidnapping unit or any other unit. And let me make it clear that operatives of anti-kidnapping units don't go for patrol. It is not within our operational strategy for anti-kidnapping unit operatives to go for patrol or stop and search along the road. You cannot see Tiger Base conducting stop and search. They go for operation based on actionable intelligence. That is how they move and apprehend criminal suspects, raid their hideout, recover criminal exhibits including arms and ammunition. So please, I'm calling on the general public to disregard the misleading information. You can see that this place is just a stone throw from the office of the Commissioner of Police. You have seen that we have CCTV cameras that monitor the activities going on here in Tiger Base, and these CCTV cameras is connected to the office of the Commissioner of Police. We don't tolerate any form of high-handedness. Please report erring officers to us, and then most importantly, report individuals who are in the habit of circulating misinformation, as misinformation can cause panic in Imo State and destabilize the peace and security of our state.
I have a question. You have talked about professionalism in Tiger Base. I want to ask you, is there any example you can give us? Has any officer of this unit been properly sanctioned for act of unprofessionalism? Has there any? So when you talk about professionalism, I know there are officers who go against the ethics of this profession. Is there any officer of this unit that has been sanctioned from professionalism? If there is any, please tell us.
Of course. These are things we post from time to time. You are aware of a viral video where some operatives of anti-kidnapping units, when they were going for a burial in Enugu, misbehaved at Oji flyover, posing as members of court group. Following that viral video, the Commissioner of Police Imo State Command gave directive that the officers should be arrested immediately. They were arrested, they were detained, or the room trials commenced immediately. One of them has been dismissed from the Nigerian police force, and we have already concluded our report to reduce the remaining two in rank. So definitely we take disciplinary action against our personnel.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Well, thank you very much.
From me. Okay, from me.
Okay. Beyond the police.
Over detention. The
You're not
issue of
talking.
torturing has dominated discourse as far as Tiger Base is concerned. Can you tell us anything about this and the assurances you are giving to Nigerians and Imo people in particular regarding this particular?
The issue of torture.
Let me start by dismissing any issue of torture. We don't torture any suspects here. Considering the limited resources that are available to the police, I will tell you that every suspect you see in anti-kidnapping units are being fed 3 times a day. We do our best. You can ask, you would have asked them yourself. We do our best to feed them 3 times a day, and then we'll make provisions for the families and relatives of these suspects to feed them, to bring food for them. All they need to do when they get to the counter, they have to test the food We have to check to see that they are not passing any criminal exhibit to them. To check also that the food is not poisoned before it's given to the suspect in the cell. And then to your question, we don't take delight in over-detaining anybody, in infringing on the rights of any suspect. No. But when you talk about human rights, there are limitations to human rights. Your rights stop where another person's own starts.
Really?
If you infringe on the rights of another person by indulging in a non-bailable offense like armed robbery or kidnapping, and we end up apprehending you, definitely we will do a thorough investigation. And now let me make it clear that armed robbery, terrorism, child trafficking, organ harvesting, and kidnapping are well organized crime. They have, is a capital offense, of course. They are well organized crime that has a chain of criminal network. And in a bid to break this network, the investigations at times take us to different locations in Nigeria. There are times where we move to as far as Borno State, Bauchi State, Jigawa State, Lagos State, Edo State, Niger State, and other neighboring states, just to conduct investigation. Now, if I'm telling you, if we are to move to Bauchi by road, for instance, definitely it will take us a minimum of 4 days, because 2 days is going from Owerri, 2 days returning back from Owerri. That is why at times you see that suspects are with us for up to like 2 weeks. So imagine if we are to go to Bauchi, and then from Bauchi we go to Lagos, and then from Lagos we go to Rivers in the course of investigations. Now, to do this in accordance with the law, through our legal department, we do write to the High Court to get an order to detain the suspect while we conduct investigation. And this is only for high-profile matters. Capital offenses like armed robbery, kidnapping, and other violent crime which the unit investigates. So this happens, and that is why the situation at times, the reports you get from the family of these suspects are oh, this person has stayed for more than 24 hours. Yeah, he has stayed for more than 48 hours. Why have you not charged him to court? Why have you not granted him bail? That is the complaint you get, but they will never tell you what their relative did.
Commander, sir, this one, sir, this one is like an advice, sir. Yeah. Please, as the commander of this unit, as the person in charge of this unit, I want to beg you on behalf of Igbo people. This is the feedback we are getting. Please, prevail on your men. Let them stop using the powers here to be settling personal scores, like issues of two fights. And I will show you who I am. I want to tell you something, sir. I will show you who I am. I will tell you I know somebody at Tiger Base. At times, sir, there are people who bring cases here without you knowing, because they know any of your boys. They will call on the phone, and the people will go and arrest. Extort, sir. I'm telling you, sir. Let me give you this information, sir. Sir, I'm giving you information.
Do you know any of those?
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I want to tell him these things, sir. Please, sir. Issues like civil matters, like land issue. You will see somebody will come here, and the girlfriend matter. Let me even tell you, sir. I want to tell you this one. It will shock you. There is a case, sir. Somebody here was threatening another man because say he carry his girlfriend. Say he will show him, say in the Tiger Base. So I'm telling you, excuse me. These are issues that most of the time, when people hear about Tiger Base, they talk negative things. If there is no doubt that you are doing a good job, but there are some other infractions like these petty things people do in order to undermine your achievements. So that's why I want to beg you, sir. Do more in the area of supervision. At times, take a stroll. At times, I take a stroll outside on all these beer parlors and see what they are doing. Because whatever happens, you are the one. You are the one we know. You are the one people know. You are the one responsible, sir. Please, this is the area I want to talk to you, sir, and beckon on you on behalf of Imo people. Thank you very much. That is for me. Thank you.
It's okay.